And now to the war against drug abuse. The rate of drug use in Nigeria is among the highest in the world. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says the drug problem is among the factors fueling crime in the country. In this report titled Follow the Smoke, our correspondent Sifon Essien takes a look at the struggle with drug abuse and its impact on society.
Tega Omoga is a life coach and counselor, a role she assumed after years of struggle with drug abuse.
I don't know. I've gone through hell quite a lot in these 10 years now. Yes, it's my 10th year. I've gone through hell quite a lot.
The youngest of 8 siblings, she started doing drugs way back in secondary school.
By SS1, I started going out to school. I mean, it's normal. Just feeling like you're the funky ones. Let's go to school and have fun. Started hanging out with people from out of school. Started, experimenting with smoking. Started experimenting with drinking. I think at the early stage of my life, I really felt rejected. I felt unloved. And so anywhere where I felt like I was accepted and loved, my antennas would tune that way and I'll hold on to that relationship. So, and drug users, substance users have a way of making you feel as if you are welcome.
From being a gifted child, she steadily declined and her grades began to fall.
And so my grades started to decline. But when my grades were declining, nobody was really noticing. I mean, every time it came to time to do promotional exams, I would get in and I would pass. I never repeated the class. So it wasn't obvious that there's something going wrong here. But I started derailing academically. By the time I was doing SSCE, I came out with 4 P's and 4 F's. So that was, like I always tell people, that was a colossal failure.
Her addiction to drugs got a lot worse. She did everything to sustain her habit.
And there was a lot of drinking, a lot of smoking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, trying all sorts of things, variants of marijuana, taking pills. Then I went on a codeine diet. The weird part about this is I started living alone somewhere in Wuse too. And I remember one time, one of my friends was looking for me and she said, they told her, if you're looking, okay, because there were rooms. So she was asking which room is hers. And the person told her, follow the smoke, you'll find her at the end of the smoke. And in all honesty, I was just in my room and then she knocked. And I, who is that? She said, Tega, is that you? I'm like, yes. She said, my God. They said if I'm looking for you, I should follow the smoke. Anywhere it ends, that's where I'll find you. And truly, that's where I found you.
Her resolve to quit drugs was the beginning of a long walk to freedom.
And so I think I just decided that it was time to get my act together. And really, God helped me.
Okay, you can.
It's a similar story for this patient who is in rehab.
I started at school. Actually, I didn't know anything about addiction then. I just saw my friends doing it and I decided to join them. Before I understood anything about addiction, I was addicted.
His story is part of the disturbing statistics of drug abuse in Nigeria. Reports indicate an estimated 15 million people abuse drugs ranging from cannabis to opioids. Its prevalence in the country is among the highest in the world.
We all owe Nigeria the duty of ensuring that drug abuse and trafficking do not thrive in this country.
Since he assumed office in January as the chairman, the agency has made well over 2,180 arrests of drug traffickers and seized over 2 million kilograms of illicit drugs.
It is now that everybody is aware of the magnitude of the drug scourge in the country, considering the seizures, the arrests, and the various law enforcement activities.
Since 2004, drug traffickers have been increasingly using West African countries for smuggling large amounts of cocaine from South America into Europe and North America.
The work ahead is enormous. NDLEA cannot win the drug war without the help of citizens.
Groups like these are lending a helping hand in the campaign against the drug problem in Nigeria. Their focus is largely on prevention and rehabilitation.
I remember having a friend who works and earns very well, but at the end of the day, he has no single kobo or dime to boast of. Drug consumption with friends never allowed him to save.
There are indications drug abuse is among factors fueling insecurity in the country.
Our nation, Nigeria, is threatened
by drugs abuse. The kidnappers, the thieves, the bandits, if you look at them, you would see in their eyes a high dose of drugs.
When people want to get high, they don't know how to get the money to get high. They steal. They break into places. They would trade their own stuff. And when they're done trading their stuff and they need to fix their high, what happens?
It is an urgent assignment because if we must end youth radicalization, violent extremism, cultism, banditry, wanton kidnapping, insurgency and the like, drug abuse and trafficking must be dealt a decisive blow.
Reports have shown that to tackle the drug issue, factors responsible for the problem would have to be addressed head-on. The advice from the National Law Enforcement Agency and campaigners against drug abuse and trafficking is stay away from illicit drugs. Sifon Asian TVC News, Abuja.